Hey, welcome back for another 5-minute live. We're talking all about the problem with your sales process and what you need to do instead. So, if you don't have a sales process, first, let me know, because you need to have a step-by-step way of being able to lead people into a conversation in order to be able to convert them and really allow them to understand what it is that you're all about. So the very first step that I want to talk about is really about why your sales process may be broken, what I need you to do instead, because it's going to set you apart and really isolate you and elevate you into a status of being a true advisor, right? So if you're brand new to me, please feel free to say hello. If you're on the replay, go ahead and use #replay and let me know where you're joining me from. So my goal over the next 2 weeks is to jump in here. Hi, thanks for joining me, Linda. I almost forgot, but for the next 2 weeks, I am going to be going live every single day on this page with a 5-minute tip or strategy in order to help you get better at sales. So if you're brand new to me, my name is Susan McVeigh. I'm a business sales strategist, and I help you sell with more ease, without the sleaze, so that you can make more money and impact. So let's dive into today's topic, because it's a meaty one, and it's really all about how you're selling. And so what I want you to think about is, are you having to convince people? Are you having to drag them over into the world of what it is that you do? Because I want you to understand that that is not something that you have to do. I want you to know that there is a way for you to be able to actually showcase your expertise and start acting as an advisor. And the best way to do that is to be in the moment with your potential customers and your prospects in a way that allows them to see you as the expert. So how do you do this? So let me know if you are currently doing this right now. I want to understand if you are currently almost acting more like an order taker, right? Where somebody is just giving you all this information and they're maybe saying I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. And you're just trying to figure out, do I do this? Right? So I would love to hear from you. Is that how you currently approach your sales conversations? Are you more of the listener, but also in listening, really just taking the information and saying, this person already knows what it is that they think that they want, and do I deliver that service? Because if that's your current process, I'm going to tell you that's probably why you feel like you have to convince someone of your value, of the transformation, of the benefits that your service provides or that your product provides. And instead, what I want you to do is to become more of a consultant in the way that you sell. And I know that sometimes that feels a little bit weird, because if you've been around me for any length of time, you know that I tell you, do not coach, do not consult on an actual sales conversation. So how in the heck do you do consultative selling without actually consulting? Anybody? So what I want you to think about is consultative selling. And I mean, this is not new. You can Google it, right? Consultative selling is a way for you to be able to deliver the questions that you're asking in such a way that you are now advising your customer on the best possible options. And yes, sometimes that means it's not you, right? And I'm going to tell you that every single time that I have told a client or a potential client that you're not ready for me, these are the things that you need to do instead, or actually, it sounds like the problem is this, and you need to go and find somebody who does that, then to be honest, I actually create more space for the clients who need to work with me. And in fact, I have had people who haven't become customers refer me customers. So that is the power of acting as a consultant in a consultative selling process. And when that happens, you become the trusted go-to advisor, an advisor, not a salesperson. And so this is where, if you've been around me for any length of time, you know that for me, selling is serving, right? It's really important that you're serving somebody. And that's the crux of being able to deal and help people from a consultative sales process. It's really about the types of questions that you ask, but also understanding your your service, your products to such a degree that you really understand the needs of your buyer, and then you match them up. And where there isn't a match, you let them go, and you're very honest and transparent in letting people know that, hey, based on what you've just told me about, this doesn't fit, right? Or because I've asked you about A, B, C, D, E, like all of the different things, all of these are areas that I cover, and specifically, maybe it's A and B, these are the areas where I think you're going to get the most benefit through my methodology, through my framework, through my process. And here's how that looks. Here's how that works, right? So you're explaining how it is that you help people, how you help them get the results, and you become that trusted go-to advisor for not only the thing that you're the expert in, but ultimately you want your potential customers to ask your opinion about a lot of different areas, right? That they're going to come to you and say, hey, Susan, what do you think about this? What do you think about this tool? So a lot of my students, that's exactly what happens is, yes, I'm a sales expert, I have a business background, but they'll ask me about, hey, have you heard about this? And it could be a tech tool. So I'm not a techie, but they know that I tend to do a lot of research. I tend to look at things that are ahead of the pack for the things that I want to do in my business. And I love to share this with my students and my audience. And so I do a lot of research. So they will ask me first. It's not something that's directly in my wheelhouse, but because I am an advisor, I am an expert, I'm their kind of go-to person, they feel comfortable asking me for referrals, for recommendations. And that's what I want for you as well, right? So just a quick recap. What we covered off today is that your old sales process, how you're dealing today, potentially in terms of really just being more of an order taker and just going through the paces of how you're engaging with your customer may no longer be working to such a degree compared to consultative selling. Now, consultative selling is not new, but I think a lot of people don't know how to do it. They haven't been taught how to do it. And it's really hard to escape the old trappings of sale. And consultative selling is not about the sell. It's about advising. And that's what I want you to come to an agreement with as you're going through your process, and really evaluate the questions that you're asking and think, am I asking this in a way that positions me and you as the expert for my ideal client that I want to work with? And if not, what can you do today in order to switch that so that you can become more of that trusted advisor? And that is the key to ensuring that your customers really begin to trust you and really want to work with you, where you no longer have to convince anyone of the value that you provide. So I hope this was helpful for you. Come and join me every single day over the next 2 weeks. So that'll bring us kind of towards the end of June. And I'm looking over there because I'm trying to figure out the date. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be popping in here 5-minute live. If you would love to join in on this challenge, feel free to go ahead and tag me and use the hashtag 5-minute live. I'd love to be able to give you a high five and support you on your journey as well. So thank you so much, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.